Hey, hi, how are ya? It's StephanieStallworth, AtlTrafficLady, and I'm back. Back with another video. Back with another banger, and I'm not sleeping. Praise the Lord. Now, tomorrow gonna be another story. I work late today, and I work late tomorrow. Oh, my Lord. But in the meantime, in between time, run that downtown connector. 1 week from now, we'll be dealing with FIFA 2026. Oh, look, over here is Georgia Tech. Anyone want to go to Georgia Tech? There's a stadium. You can see the top of the stadium. Seating up there. Downtown into Midtown we go. And we're off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. What's new? What's up? What's happening? Hello. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for yourself lately? What has anyone done for anyone? Anyone besides yourself? Have you done anything for anyone besides yourself? Have you thought about, what about the children? That song, what about the children? Yeah. Got something up here on the 14th, on the 10th Street overpass. Crash on 10th Street overpass. What about the children? What about the children? Don't you know they come first? God and the children. Come on. God, you and the children. But if it's your children, you don't just leave them off, kick to the curb and what? Where they do that at? We don't do that. Time to straighten up and fly right. Tomorrow's Sunday, Scholarship Sunday at Newburgh Missionary Baptist Church. There are scholarships galore. If you have a student who's looking for a university or looking for trade school, tomorrow is the day to be at Newburgh. I don't know if I'm going to be there, but you should go. And bring them children. Bring the children to church. So, yeah, what you doing, where you at? You got plans? Don't say that. Shut your trap. Tell them to shut their trap and get to stepping. They got to go. These people messing you up. Well, this person messing you up. If you got someone out there messing you up and you too scared to leave, you got to get a backbone and get the hell out. Sorry, get the heck on. You know what I mean. Get on with it. Because this is not it. This is not it. The more you stick with the wrong person in your inner circle, the more wrong everything you do becomes. And everything you're doing is wrong. And really, literally, this was stuff you was doing was wrong before you even connected with them. They were just one more wrong thing. Newburgh's pastored by Reverend Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. My mom was a huge Jamal Bryant fan before she passed. Well, maybe still in heaven, perhaps. But everything we good AME. We good AME. The AME family. My mom's side, AME. Mom's brother, Bishop Norris, AME Bishop, retired. And on in glory now also. He passed the year after Mom did. Mom passed October 2022. He passed, I believe it was June 2023. And who would have thunk it? We weren't expecting any of that. None of them were in that kind of condition. So, but good AMEs, and know all the AME stuff in that regard. But still, she still loved Jamal Bryant, and she would just always say, if he would just straighten up. She always would say, if he would just straighten up, and you won't straighten up, Jamal Harrison Bryant. She's been going on 4 years, and you still didn't straighten up. When you going to straighten up, bruh? Love you, but straighten up and fly right. That old song, be right, be right, be right. I want to be right, right. I just want to be right. Who's that? Keith Wonderboy Johnson? Keith Wonderboy is a grown man, about your age probably, and you need to be right by now. He made that one. He said, 27, look at me. This is lyrics. A young man, 27, years old. You was probably 27 then. And now you're 55. When are you going to be right? I mean, literally, I love you. I mean, I'm not fussing. I'm just saying. Ain't no way you can continue in the vein that you're in. Ain't no way. You just got a big call out on the Tasha K platform from your son's mom. Ain't no way. He 10 years old. Ain't no way you can continue on like you keep continuing on. Ain't no way. The son of Jamal Harrison Bryant, grandson of Bishop John Bryant, great-grandson of your bishop grandfather, and he ain't around you like that? How do you even know what got put on you? If every generation gets better and better, you are robbing your child, your son, the son of Jamal Bryant, of the opportunity. Not that God won't allow it anyway, in spite of you and your inactivity to help nurture the gift that's on him. I can't imagine, as proud as you are of your own self, that you would not have your child, your son, your only son, as far as we know, your only son, would have him at your hip, learning and growing. Maybe it was good you didn't, because you didn't straighten up, but still, a kid needs his dad, a boy needs his father for sure, right? And bruh, like for real, seriously, if he's 10 and kids is out of high school at 17, 18, you ain't got much time left. You missed all the good formative early years. Now you got these teen years. And thank God the boys still love you probably. But doggone it, if you don't get in there and do your thing, how are you loving on, hugging all these kids at church, and yet ain't never mentioned your own son? What you gonna do on Father's Day now that this is out? I know you tried to hide it, and maybe that's what you learned. Maybe your whole upbringing was hide all this stuff, or it's out of the societal norm and let's not talk about whatever. I don't even know, but all I know is today, June 12, 2026, you had come with a plan by Father's Day. I think you need to have every single one of your children, not just 3 girls, not just the 2 older girls, that's 5, not the baby, also the baby girl and your son and whoever else there is, if there are already others. You need to have the whole of them lined up and claim everyone. How do you think your son, let alone any other kids that you don't show, feel with their fully public figure father acting like they don't exist? Oh, I'm a girl dad, but you a boy dad too. Where's the boy? You have a chance to make this thing right. I promise you, you do. You might not think so. You think it's going to be worse if you don't. I promise you that also. I already told you connected with the wrong trick. That trick you got, trick of the enemy, and that's why you still going down, because you ain't had no good advice from them at all. All you doing is defending their foolishness. You definitely ain't defending your own foolishness. Well, you are defending your own foolishness, but you're not changing nothing. You're just up here doing whatever it is you're doing, and it ain't good. It's not good. You got that fake trick of the enemy sitting up and hanging around you all the time, messing your whole life up. And where's your friends? How come they ain't tell you to straighten this thing up? They probably got the same thing going on, right? Possibly. And if they got the same thing going on, all y'all need to straighten it up. These are actual people. You think, oh, I made a mistake. I don't want nothing to do with their mama. I don't want nothing to do with them. I told them I ain't want this baby. Well, too bad. The baby here. And the babies get older and they still exist. They're people. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be around longer than you. So what you going to do about it? You got to repent You gotta do some serious apologizing, and you gotta change everything around you, including that doggone trick. We don't even give a hoot that you doing that. She ain't ever said nothing about it. It's a trick. And you and your protocol, the one that knocked an old lady like me down, I'm a senior citizen knocking me down in the church. What's that about? Your security. Who told them to do that? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just trying to leave the building. Here they go, blam! Like I'm somebody trying to tackle in the Super Bowl at the last second. There's some stuff that's just not right. If you would just straighten up. I'm gonna say, if you would just straighten up. So it's been reported that your beautiful son is on the spectrum. Hey, he's on the spectrum. I got a son on the spectrum. I get it. I know everything that mother's going through by herself. I've seen a lot of what your son's going through in his own existence. And to not have you there as a support is a problem. To have you there saying that autism is a thing that's not a good thing is a problem. God creates people how he creates them. The best geniuses are autistic. Heck, maybe you got some little spectrum in you. You understand? There's a lot to think about for you here. A lot to think about. I could have helped you through all of this because I lived it. I lived finding out my son was on the spectrum. I lived understanding what that meant. I lived with a husband who didn't believe it, or who didn't support it, or who didn't whatever, or who just want them to snap out of it, or just didn't understand the behaviors. I lived with all of that. I could walk you through it. I can help you understand it. Call me. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to help anybody who listens. Listen, it's a whole thing. And for that mother to be doing that alone, oh, it's a problem. It's a problem. Yes.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today? Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I hope you enjoy.
I will. Thank you. Take care. You too. Bye-bye. So it is a problemo. It's a problem. Okay? You got to understand what it is and what it ain't. I am happy to help anyone who's watching this through whatever you're going through with a child with special needs. My child's grown up now and doing mighty fine. She's in IT industry and all of that, right? Very smart. There's just certain things to understand. And I don't know what, specifically they go through just based on what we see on the court hearings that they had about your support when you were on your honeymoon, that you weren't there, nor did you have a representative there, that there's behaviors and all these things. I get it. I promise you. The behaviors our son exhibited, we ain't never seen them before. Never. Only at the school. Some things at home that were different, but that was not, so it could be off the chain. I promise you that. I promise you. If you talk to me, I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But knowing that, you got to understand where it comes from and how it is. We were at Children's National Medical Center, neuropsychiatrists, all of the best evaluations, and he had the whole neuropsych eval with all the understandings of him and recommendations for him and all of that. And we went to schools in Maryland, out in North Bethesda and stuff. And they're supposed to have the best special ed. We moved from Virginia to there because they're supposed to have the best special ed system and all of that. And they misplaced him in the wrong setting. And the wrong setting will turn your child inside out. Right? Oh, don't worry, Miss Stallworth. He'll be fine. We're just getting to know each other. He doesn't know us yet. We don't know each other yet. I'm like, this isn't right. And we can't just sign him out. He said, can't you just sign me out of this program? And you can't just sign them out. You got to get moved out of the program to a different setting and all of the things, right? I mean, we went down Robin's rabbit barn, to finally get him to have non-public school placement that the public schools pay for. But you need a special education attorney for that. You need to know the right one to get, the one that the school system's afraid of, because they will always win, so they will instantly give you what you want. So your son's mother probably knows the other parents in the special ed, kids have special ed, IEPs or whatever else they might have, 504s, and they talk to each other. Parents get to know each other. The kids get to know each other. And they also talk about the special ed attorneys that if you need help or whatever. So we were hip to the one that the school system was afraid of. We were hip to the one that if they step in, you're going to get what you need. And, a whole nother concern, and maybe you should champion this, Jamal Bryant, is why aren't school systems giving the students what they need in the special ed unless you sue? Why don't they just give it to them in the first place if that's what they're supposed to give them, right? So we go to the attorney. We couldn't afford him, but he did consult with us anyway, and we told him what the problem was. Our son's behaviors had gotten to a point where it was so bad that they wanted to put him in some other placement that was for special ed, but also a lot of students were sent there from the juvenile judicial system. Students who were in trouble with the law. Now, my son's not in trouble with the law, so why would you mix those two kids? What's he going to learn from them? Maybe some other things. Well, they're going to learn from him maybe some other things, but I don't think that the two are supposed to be in the same setting. But they said, nope, this is the only choice. They made a huge conference room, about 14, 15 people around, all telling us to sign the paper so our son could go to this darn place. And this place was a place that was connected with the school system. So perhaps they got, funding for everyone they sent there because it didn't cost as much as sending them to a real non-public placement, special ed placement. So we're in here with the attorney, and we talked to all of my son's doctors, all of the psychiatrists, all of his therapists, all the neuropsychs from Children's National, because they know him. And they're like, nah, don't send him there. He doesn't belong there. That's not where he belongs. They are, and what the neuropsychiatrist said, they are misunderstanding him as a child with Asperger's. They're misunderstanding him as a person with Asperger's. They're misunderstanding him. And until you're in the right placement, the kids are going to be misunderstood. And they'll just lump them in, and the behaviors will happen, and they'll be doing all of these things that are so out of character, right? From hitting to, doing just different stuff. And it's just tough on the parents. Now, you've been insulated from it because you ain't around. But I promise you, that mother, she's going through it. I can imagine going through it by myself. I wasn't in the middle of getting a divorce, but we were still together when we went through this. So we still were both there. But I promise you, going through that by yourself, oh my Lord, it'll freaking tear you apart. Because it's your child, you want the best for your child. You see your child struggling, either in the wrong placement, not getting the right help, not getting the right treatment, not getting the right supports, whatever it is, right? And so they're like, we want to send you to so-and-so, send them to so-and-so place. And all of our people who knew him said, oh no, he can't go there. So we told them no. They said, okay, sign. We're like, no, we're not going to sign. Like, oh no, you should sign. It's going to be great. Just trust us. I'm like, yeah, I trusted y'all before. And it was never the right thing. I believed the people, right? But we didn't. And so the other parent said, oh, go to so-and-so attorney. And we went to so-and-so attorney. And thank God in heaven he gave us a free consultation because it saved our lives and saved the lives of our son and our other children. We go in there and say, oh yeah, they want him to go to so-and-so place. Of course, he's a special ed attorney there in Maryland, and he knows the school system, and he knows the place. They want to send him there? Why do they want to send him there? What are your doctors? They're like, no, doctor said no. Yeah, no, they didn't offer you so-and-so? How about so-and-so? How about this? All these other, okay, your child is he is required to receive a FAPE, F-A-P-E, free appropriate public education by law. And if the setting in a regular classroom is not appropriate for your child, then the school system, has to give them another setting that is a private, non-public school setting and pay for it. You don't have to take your child out and pay for them to go to this other school. The school system has to pay for it because they can't provide what your child needs. Now, fast forward to that big conference room with 15, 20 people around and telling us to sign him in. Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, it's going to be... No, we weren't comfortable with how it was. And we had never even heard of the place. So when we went back to ask all the people, they're like, oh my gosh, no, definitely can't send him there. That's not for him. That will not work for him. Because they know him and his treatment. So again, fast forward further to the attorney's office. And yeah, Mrs. So-and-so, we're telling her, whoever's in charge of this, connecting with the parents, said he has to go to so-and-so place. She didn't offer you this, or this. All these three or four other schools, and we're like, no, I never heard of those. She just said, we asked, was the only choice? She said, it's the only choice. And he said, oh. And so he knew. Again, why don't the schools give you what you're supposed to have? Why don't they give you what's best for your child? They give you what's best for them. And he said, oh. So he knew. And he said, okay, I know Miss So-and-so. Let me call. And we sat there, and he called, do. Hi, Mrs. So-and-so. Yes, this is attorney so-and-so. I'm here with the Stallworths. And the jig was up. And he said, yeah. Oh, I hear you're offering so-and-so their child such and such a place. Did you offer so-and-so also? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. All right. And he's quiet while she's talking. And he said, oh, okay. All right, then. Great. Thank you so much. Click. And then he said, well, she'll be contacting you to offer you this place, and this place for you to go to them, evaluate the schools, bring your child, see if it's right for him, and select. And they pay for the school. You see how this works, Dr. Bryant? This is what you need to be advocating for your child if he's not in the right setting. I don't know if he is now. That was a couple years ago when they had that hearing on your honeymoon. So, we thank him profusely. Thankfully, we did not have to pay his retainer, but that phone call was enough. We got down to the car, and my phone was ringing, and it was Miss So-and-so. Oh, Mrs. Stallworth, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Oh, great. You know, I wanted to tell you, we have 3 other placement schools for you to check out for your son. So all you do is go over to them, set up an appointment, go over, and you pick whichever one you want. And then that'll be the setting for him. No mention of the other crazy place that they wanted to send him. So if we didn't know how this thing worked, I don't know how my son would have ended up. Because he'd have been in that other place. But until you research it, advocate, and stand in the gap for your child, because they can't do it for themselves. And a single parent doing it by themselves, it is too much. That's why God gives us 2 parents. We can't make a kid on our own. Right? So if you made the kid and they made the kid, together y'all responsible for this kid and their well-being and their best education and their best supports if they need special ed. So stop poo-pooing all that's going on. Stop poo-pooing the autism. Stop poo-pooing anything and get things right for your child. You want to poo-poo autism and he doesn't have autism, then fine. But if he does, you need to dig in. And you need to find out what's going on wherever the heck he lives. And get down there with that school and have them special ed people. And with those people, go in them classrooms and see where they have him placed and see what you think. But first, of course, you got to get to know him because you don't even know him probably. Right? So you got some work cutting out for you. So all this great stuff you're doing. I said we got scholarships for college and for trade schools on tomorrow. We got all this great stuff. You're doing all this great stuff for the people in the community. What are you doing for your own community? That's your community. That's your son. the son of Jamal Bryant. Don't you know? Don't you know God has if he did this for you and you be messing up, what do you think he's going to do for this innocent child you got? Your son. Your son. The son of Jamal Bryant? What do you think special God put on him? Huh? You got the wrong people around you because you are not thinking. You thinking you're thinking, but you're not thinking. You're not plugged in. Your child, your son, all your children, but this son right here needs you plugged into his life. He needs you to apologize to him for not being there. Tell him you made a mistake for not being there, but you want to make up for it, and let's go. It's you and me. We together all the time. That's what he deserves. He don't deserve this acting like he don't exist. If he watched the service, he gonna see your daughter, as beautiful as they are, being loved and all adored and brought in front of the people, and you don't bring him or your baby girl, whoever else you got. I don't know who you got, but all I know, it's a special level of attention that your son needs right now. One, because you've been missing, but two, because if he got special needs in the spectrum, he needs his dad. Okay? Whether you rock with the mom or not, don't care. The two of you are a team when it comes to him. The two of you are a team when it comes to your child. Your child together. My husband that we were getting a divorce from had just done something to me the night before, and I'm scratching my arm. Hurt my arm or my hand or something. I'm walking into the building of the school where I'm going to have one of these meetings for our son with these people. And I'm like, oh, my arm hurts. You hurt my arm for so-and-so. He's like, oh, what? You hurt my arm when you did so-and-so. We're walking into the school, but we still got to be united. Right? I hurt your arm, yeah. You hurt my arm. Oh. He said, what do you want me to do? I said, I want you to apologize. Apologize? Oh. Well, I'm sorry you got hurt, is what he said for the apology. I'm like, no, I didn't get hurt. You hurt me. I want you to apologize that you hurt me. I'm sorry you got hurt. And he never said anything more than that. But we, as we open the doors, suddenly got to be this united front. We don't have to care like each other at all. But when it comes to our son, oh, we like together. Because we're advocating for him. A child cannot advocate for themselves. You got to advocate. You and the mother. I don't care if you like her or not. I don't care if you love her or not. I don't care. Y'all got this child together, and it's the two of you for him against the world. You understand? And that is what you need to do. So all these little trips around, you're making all little photo shoots, all baloney crap you're doing with the trick of the enemy. You need to cut that. You got a huge priority right now. That boy, if he's 10, he in the 5th grade, maybe going in the 5th or going in the 6th, he about to be a teenager and then grown. And then what? You gonna wait till the mother you can't stand till he's out of her house, then you have a relationship with him? No, you done missed everything. You had no input in his outcome except the fact that you're missing, or that you didn't care enough to show up. You going to his elementary graduation? Did you go to his kindergarten graduation? Are you celebrating all these other kindergarten graduations and stuff for other people? What about yours? You christening all these other babies and loving and hugging them. What about yours? That cute little girl at church, we love her. We ain't seen you do that with him. Little boys that walk up, you ain't doing, you do all that with these people. If I was him, I'll be like, well, dang, I ain't get none of that. Oh, and on another note, what the heck was the fake first lady trick doing to the precious little girl? Get away from my husband. That is so crazy to me. Stay away from my husband. It was like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now. Stay away from my husband. Hell, you stay away from my husband. I know, stay away from. I'm like, what? Did somebody say that to her when she was a kid? I don't know. Who does that? That is crazy. If I was the parents of that little girl, I wouldn't even let you come near her no more till you got rid of that trick. Don't bring that trick around my child. Kids know how people really are. And you've seen her when she first came around. You've seen how the little girl responded to the trick, fake first lady, when she first came around you with her. She was like, ugh. Because kids can sense what's going on with somebody, what kind of person somebody is. I don't care who that trick is fooling. She a trick of the enemy, and she can't fool me, and she can't fool God. And she can't fool some kids either, including that little girl. So to have your wife, fake first lady, trick of the enemy, all up in some little baby girl's face, that's crazy to me. That should have been crazy to you. It's crazy to a lot of people. It was crazy to the lady sitting behind the little girl and her family, to the point where she said, when Carrie was doing, you can get my husband, all that, that lady said, and your mic picked it up so well, she said, you need to stop, Carrie. You need to stop it. And we all heard it. And we all said, yeah, you need to stop it. That's crazy. And the fact that you, Jamal, if you would just straighten up, didn't say nothing about it. You didn't protect that child. You ain't even protecting your own child. Of course you wouldn't protect her. You protect the fake and the phony and the fraudulent. Go back to my video, that fake fraud you apply. I got a 57-minute video. I actually have a 4-hour, 25-minute version of it that is a little more in-depth, but it's not for public consumption. If you want to see it, I'm happy to show it to you. And you'll know everything that God showed me. But Father's Day is coming up. What kind of father are you going to be this year? Let this be the first Father's Day that you acknowledge everybody publicly. I don't care what you do behind closed doors. That's behind closed doors. But you're a public figure. You need to let everybody get their fair share of your public adoration as your child. Not just a select few, not just the ones you had in wedlock, all of them, because you had all of them. And why is your oldest child not there no more? As soon as that trick came around, your oldest child was gone. What's that about? You pick tricks over your own kids? Maybe you do. I love you though. I ain't mad, but I am disappointed. I'm just like, look, here we at the nexus. This is it. You either gonna do it or you not gonna do it. You're gonna do what's right and good, or you're not. You're gonna be right or you're not gonna be right. If you choose to not be right on this, you ain't gonna live this one down. That grace God keep giving you to get up again is gonna be gone. Because that's his child too. You make goofy mistakes of your own, do stupid stuff on your own, try to act and smooth it over with your narratives, because I know you're the smoothest talker narrative, just like you got a smooth talker narrative trick with you. But we see through the narrative. It's always the same thing. But you can't do that with a person, with a child. You can't. This boy needs you. That's your child. So, I don't know what kind of childhood you had. Maybe it was one where you was disposable too. I don't know. Or if you make mistakes, then you get shunned too. I don't know. You don't want to say you got in trouble at school. We all have people get in trouble at school. But guess what? If your parents are public figures and you get be the one in trouble, it's a problem, right? And so now, if you think your kids get in trouble or they're not the ones that are in wedlock, that they can't be acknowledged, that's wrong. That child, none of his children, none of us asked to be here. But God created something special with each of us. Before we were in our mother's womb, he knew us. He knew your son was coming. He knew what you would go for. He knew what was going to happen and how he was going to get your son here. And that's how. Through you and the mother. And so for you to abandon that child and act like he ain't yours, he don't exist, I'm going to send a little money when I can, I ain't showing up for nothing. Or as she said, and I haven't seen the whole video, we'll see it on Father's Day on Tasha K. She said, I want to go see my dad, the boy says. Your son says. And she dressed him up and brought him wherever you were. And you just looked at him and he just looked at you. She said, you ain't touch him, you ain't hug him, you ain't say nothing. What were you thinking? That was a whole real child right there that belongs to you. He's your flesh and blood. He's your bloodline. He's your downline. He's the only one that's going to pass on your name, the Bryant name. You the only son. He the only son. Bryant's going to end with him. Unless he gets a son. And you act like you didn't have a son, so Bryant ended with you. But God going to give you another chance. This is the last chance to make it right. I mean, He going to give you another chance eventually. Maybe on your last day. But look, you're not going to live this one down. You can't get in there in the, I bought the dress. That's my wife. You don't like it, don't go here. You can't do that with this. You couldn't do that with that. That was some baloney too. But that was a dress. This is a whole child of yours. And I need you to fix this thing. Still love you. But looking at you sideways, like, really? I thought you was at least involved privately. That mother said you ain't involved at all. And that kid, he ain't do nothing. Just like you ain't do nothing. You just showed up as a child of your parents, right? We all just show up as a child of our parents. And God put us where He put us. We could have been born to anyone, anywhere, anytime in the world. But that child was born to you and his mother. And God meant for you to pour into him to make him even greater than you've become. So what are you going to do? And when? The clock's ticking. You got a week. Father's Day is in a week. You better line up this is my suggestion. If I were you, and I'm not you, if I were you, no, because people are going to say, "Ooh, don't do that." That means all the hidden children got to come out for all your friends and all your people you know and all the people around. All these hidden family members, hidden children, children outside of wedlock. What do they call outside children? They children. You need to line them all up, oldest to youngest. Boom. Name them, claim them, believe it, receive it, and tell the world. And let that be the last time you do what you've been doing. That's it. That's all. I got to go to work. Love you. Love, hugs, past all that, heart, eyes, and everything. I love you. Mom said if he would just straighten up. If he would just straighten up. And this is just about the last chance for you to do it. And to win. So call me. I'm waiting for you. Love, hugs, past all that, heart, eyes, and everything. Call me, Jamal. Let me know why your security person tried to knock me down in the lobby back in December at New Birth. And then had no remorse, stared me dead in the face, and kept on moving. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people? Right? While other security guy is like, you good? I'm like, what the heck? I'm just here going to church. That's why I don't feel safe there no more. I don't come there no more. I'm not safe. You let me be unsafe. You didn't protect me from these people. So the question is, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? I hope you do something good. I hope you do something wonderful. I hope you handle your business. You best to. You better. I'm waiting for you. Call me. I'm happy to talk to you about all of this. And having a child on the spectrum. There's ways to be successful. I'll tell you about the antecedents, i.e. the triggers on why the behaviors happen, depending on where they are on the spectrum. In my child's case, something could have happened 3 days ago or last week, and then they finally get a retaliation in today. And I'm like, well, why did he do that? What happened? Nothing. They didn't do anything to him today. Yeah. Well, now I ask him, oh, that was like last week. They did so-and-so. So you got to understand how the whole thing works. You got to get in with the doctors. You got to get in with the specialists. You got to get in with the experts. You got to get in with your child. You got to get in with the mother. And even if y'all can't stand each other, you are together for the child. And when it's not the child involved, you ain't got to talk to each other. That part don't matter. But that child matters. God gave you them. God gave them to you, I should say. You and her. And she doing her part, so it seems. She the one living it. She the one fighting for him. You got to fight for him. It's your turn. You're up. Coming to the stage. The new and improved Jamal Harrison Royal Love, hugs, pats, all of that, heart eyes and everything. I'll see you soon. Maybe tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't feel safe up in that joint. I might have to watch from home because I ain't protected from none of these people. As long as that fake, phony first lady, fake trick of the enemy is up in there, anything goes. And you need to fix it. All right. Love you. God bless you. See you soon.